This week, Will Ferrell reprised his role as Ron Burgundy to announce Anchorman 2.
Men in Black 3 gets its theme song.
And how is the PS4 going to change sharing games forever? Well, I guess we might find out.
We will.
This episode of Pretty Much It is brought to you by...
Cineroos here, ladies and gentlemen, with the best YouTube channel that you just gotta subscribe to. You like sports? You gotta go to youtube.com/Bleacher Report. They got daily sports combined with pop culture, celebrities, and beautiful ladies. Click the annotation, go to the Bleacher Report, subscribe, and tell them Pretty Much It sent you. Go!
Today is Friday, February 30th, 2020.
Hey, wait a minute.
What's up?
It's not February. It's not February, you goofball.
Oh, no.
You goofed last week, too. It's March, you stupid douche.
Today is Friday, March 30th, 2012. I don't know what happened last week. None of us noticed. Actually, I know what happened. We were all tired as hell. I don't know. We all, for various reasons, were really tired.
Sleep at the wheel.
Just a little dopey.
First things first, we are trying to hit 6,000 likes on Facebook by the end of March, which is like tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Basically.
Yeah, so
and
hop on this.
We're just about there. In fact, by the time you're watching this, we might have already hit it. But if we haven't, definitely check it out. Facebook.com/prettymuchit. The link is in the info. Please go help us out by liking us on Facebook. Thank you. You can also follow us on Twitter by clicking the link down in the info. And while you're down there, there are links to all of this week's reviews, which were for Intruders, Goon, Bully, the Bully documentary. Definitely check out my review on that. It's very interesting. People are responding to it in an interesting way, so go check it out. Wrath of the Titans and Mirror Mirror. So check those out while you're down there as well. And finally, if you're new to the show, Pretty Much It, we have a feature called Choose Your News where, boom, bam, all along the bottom of the screen, there are annotations to click around to any part in this video to find the news you're interested in, or of course you can just watch the whole thing.
Isn't the future wacky?
Future is whacked.
It's crazy.
Wiggy.
We live in a horrible time.
What? So let's get right into the movie news. Lots of stuff to talk about this week. Like
It's a
lots.
big packed week.
Packed week.
It's like if a week was a sausage, we would be...
You wouldn't even be able to fit it in your mouth. First up, I would say probably the biggest news of the week, maybe even of the year. Anchorman 2. Anchorman 2 is on the way. Will Ferrell went on Conan this week as Ron Burgundy and announced it in a hilarious sketch, in my opinion. It was hysterical.
Yeah.
When he tripped up the stairs, I lost it. That was it. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's walking up the stairs backwards and he's just like, he like loses his footing. Too funny. Now, how do you guys feel about this?
I love Anchorman.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't?
Yeah, a little cautiously optimistic about this.
Yes.
Only because, like, it could potentially ruin Anchorman for everybody, you know? Like,
I mean,
like, right now it has the potential to be anything, because we don't know anything about it, only that it is going to exist.
Yes.
So it might be awful.
I don't think they know anything about it either.
The only thing I have to say about it, I like Anchorman, but Zoolander 2 better come out first.
I don't know about that.
I personally feel the same way as you, not as you.
Why would you ever feel like
I guess I would never relate to someone like you.
You gotta be born this way.
But I think that, I don't know if it would ruin Anchorman, but I see what you're saying. Like, it could taint the reputation of Anchorman.
Yeah, exactly. Because right now, like, it's perfect as it is.
Anchorman is just,
honestly,
it's like, it kind of started comedy as we know it today.
Yeah,
like,
bit,
everybody kind of rips off that comedy today.
A little bit.
If you know, like, Will Ferrell rips himself off from that in, like, every movie he's done since.
It's got Adam McKay, though, right?
Yeah, it's everybody's returning.
That's
Paul
good.
Rudd, Steve
That's
Carell, they
good.
actually took less pay to be a part of it because they couldn't afford to pay for everybody to come back at their current salaries.
That's cool. I'm glad that there are still celebrities who will do that, because there are a lot who won't.
Oh, absolutely.
What is Steve Carell doing anyway? I mean, come on.
Well, he's actually got a pretty, a movie career that's kind of going. So.
He's hoping to get that movie.
Yeah, right. I guess he's hoping for it to really take off, but it's going. He's doing things, whether you like him or not. But the only person we haven't heard about is Christina Applegate. Whether she's even a part of the story is I don't know that, but I could see being the one that wouldn't come back. But she's a funny person, and I don't know, like, personality-wise how
like
she
his
is.
love
So
interest?
yeah.
I could see her not coming back only because, like, so they could have a more open story. You know, it's like...
So you think, like, on their end, they wouldn't ask her back?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
maybe for, like, a
because,
cameo.
like, Ron Burgundy, like, all funny. He was like a ladies' man,
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe he's got another one.
they're not gonna tie him down,
Right.
So
Now, this could fail if it's like Megan Fox or something.
Oh.
That would be awful. It's got to be somebody that's actually fun. Like, people were saying who they'd like to see in the movie. Kristen Wiig would be funny.
yeah, she'd fit in
Bill Hader
perfectly.
would fit in perfectly. Like, he would have been great in it back then, but who was Bill Hader, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess what they really need to do is just like focus on making it good and not just profitable. Which
Yes.
It's gonna be profitable.
But I think they're going to. I think they're going to really make it good.
I think so.
Potential is there.
They can do it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Next up is some news, and I have no idea how you guys feel about this, so let's see. Carrie is being remade again.
Yeah, was
Like,
it
what
the
is this,
thir-
the
the
third or
third time?
fourth? I don't
Yeah.
know. But it was just announced that Chloe Moretz, of course, Hit Girl, Hugo, she's in lots of stuff now. And, I mean, I love her. I absolutely love
Oh yeah,
her.
she's not bad.
But she will apparently be playing Carrie.
Yeah, who else were they gonna get for that?
Well,
you know?
what do you guys think?
we said, it's the third time. Like, how are you gonna tell the story
Might even
differently?
be the fourth time if you count maybe a TV movie I think that came out.
Yeah, it's like, all right, there's a little girl, she's got power, she gets bullied, and at the end, she kills all the bullies.
Yeah,
how is
how
that?
many times do we need to be telling this, I guess? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. It's cool. It's a cool story.
It's like, but like,
Yeah,
you can
Isn't
but-
she a little young though? I feel like she's a
Yeah,
little
she's
too
supposed to
young.
be like the prom queen, isn't it? Is
I mean,
she a
the-
high school?
Well, the whole point, there was a lot of parts where being a female teenager, if you know what I mean, kind of came into play. So,
Oh, I catch your drift.
yeah, catch my drift.
Sissy Spacek was like tall and creepy looking, and Chloe Moretz is
like, cute and adorable,
Not to be
yeah.
creepy, right? Yeah, but she's
Yeah.
like she's like a cute kid,
Yeah.
and she's also not tall, is she specifically?
No,
I feel like
she's
you need to
short.
be really tall for
Yeah.
Carrie. We're all gonna compare her to Sissy Spacek, so
They got to make her awkward,
yeah.
Be willing to be made fun of.
I don't know. I'm just picturing her like kind of doing a repeat of Let Me In, and
It really is.
I
Like,
don't
what's the
want that.
point? It's
yeah,
like-
what's the point really is the thing here. What's the point? Nothing against her. Nothing against the story of Carrie. It's literally
It's just
just a
like-
matter of why. What does it matter? Eh.
Is that the one with the pig's blood?
Yeah, that's the joke, Jake.
Next is something that is just really... We should just have a segment. What is James Cameron doing this week? He dove to the bottom of the sea.
Not just the sea,
Yeah.
the lowest point on our planet. I remember there was a website, I think it might have been Slash Film, that lists all the horrible ways that he could have died on that
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
Like, sudden implosions or like that's some pretty.
I mean, he
intense,
literally
like-
reads that and he's just like, whatever. And he
Yeah,
goes down into the sea.
That's that doesn't happen normally. Like, what was it? Was like the first person who has done this ever since.
And of
like,
course it's James Cameron.
yeah, and of course since he's James Cameron, he went down there with a whole bunch of crazy movie cameras.
But he went alone.
Alone to the deepest point on Earth in his little submarine.
I can imagine him being like, "Who wants to come with me?" And everyone's like, "Oh no, no, Mr. Kahneman, no." You know? I don't know why they're like, you have an accent, yeah, whatever they are. But he's just like, "All right." He just dives down and he's just like,
He's gonna make a
he's
lot.
got Avatar playing.
Yeah,
He's
He's
like-
got a sailor hat on.
he's got his Oscar sitting there.
Yeah,
He's got his Oscar as like the nose of it plowing through.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive a submarine. He's Popeye. Good old Jimmy has done this before. He did this a couple
Pretend
years.
he's friends with James Cameron.
Yeah, whatever.
When you have the money from Titanic and Avatar, what are you gonna do with that kind of money? It's like, you know what? I don't think
Dive to the bottom of the ocean.
I don't think anybody's done that yet.
Next is gonna just
Space.
waltz on the moon.
I'm gonna go to the sun.
Moving on to deeply upsetting news that I was enraged about. The Men in Black 3D theme song. Now, as you guys know, Men in Black 1, Will Smith. Here come the Men in Black.
Rememberable.
They won't let you remember. Men in Black 2. Nod your head. The black suit's coming. Men in Black 3. Will Smith's not doing it. Pitbull is.
That who?
If you know me at all, you know that I think Pitbull might be the worst artist on the earth right now.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, I make fun of him constantly because his lyrics are just so bad, so unbelievably bad, that I don't know how he hasn't been struck by lightning or something at this point yet. So it was announced that Pitbull was doing the theme song for Men in Black 3D, and the reason really is because Will Smith is busy shooting After Earth. So I guess he, spread himself too thin, and he had too much stuff going on. He couldn't do it,
Couldn't write
which
a damn
really
song.
just shows how terrible Men in Black 3 is officially going to be. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this movie at all.
Men in Black 3. Nobody gives
And
a
meanwhile,
damn.
ironically, Will Smith was the one that was pushing for it to be made, remember?
Yeah.
And he was the one that was like, let's shoot it without the script being done.
Now,
So,
Will.
imagine the producers, they're like, all right, Will, we got it done. Now all you got to do is record the theme song. And he's just like, nope. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? So, of course, if I was the producer, what would my logical solution be? Willow Smith, Will Smith's daughter, who's doing music.
Could have been hit.
But no, we go for Pitbull. Why? I don't know. I really don't.
He's not even like the thing right now.
No, he's just kind of a
He's-
thing on some things.
I have actually never heard of him.
So there you go. Good for you. You're pure and innocent. Take a bow.
Just like
Take
high
a
school
bow.
all over again.
Now, after listening to it, I was just like, this is just Pitbull. That's all it is. It's just Pitbull.
No one else.
And the
just
worst
him.
part is, after a while, like towards the end, it becomes dubstep. Because Hollywood,
That's
the kids
it.
like dubstep, you see? So we got to put that double step is called, isn't it? Into everything nowadays. We got the Spider-Man video game trailer, put the dubstep in it. We got Men in Black 3D, put the dubstep in it.
Well, that's what they when Men in Black 1 came out. That's exactly what they did with the theme song. It was like, oh, kids like this rippity rap these days, so we're gonna put that into our.
Yeah, but the only difference is it was Will Smith, and he had been established as like a hip hop guy, so that's
I
the only
guess,
difference. Dubstep has nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Pitbull. Nothing to do with Men in Black, unless you consider that maybe Hollywood thinks aliens are producing dubstep, and maybe that's it.
That's cool, I guess.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. The song doesn't even fit.
Why don't you
Men in
back
Black.
up what you're saying? And the worst part about it is that the song is just not fun at all. It's just not fun. You know, the other songs are all catchy and fun. This song is not fun at all.
Uninspired.
Now, I'm going to do a little bit of a read through of the lyrics here, okay?
Good, go.
So,
I gotta see.
it's Mr. Worldwide, Agent A, reporting live from Cape Canaveral, MK, Big Scythe, let's ride. Back, in time. This is where it picks up. Miami equals black mask, black clothes, with a little bit of rope to tie. I flipped it. Black suits, white shirts, black glasses with a matching tie. Now that's redundant, all of that. He just repeated himself. Like Agent K or Agent J, and I wish the whole world would. Okay, I'm trying to make $1 billion out of 15 cents. Understand? Understood. I'm a go-getter, mover, shaker, culture, bury a border, record breaker, won't ya? Give credit where credit is due, don't ya? Know that I don't give a number 2.
He doesn't give poop?
He doesn't give a number 2, ladies and gents. This is a grown man. Y'all just halfway thoughts. Not worth the back of my mind. He's referring to his lyrics here. But to understand the future, we have to go back in time.
Oh, this is terrible.
Wow. And the last movie news story this week is a kind of an interesting one. Once again, if you haven't heard, this is, I have to bring it up because it's relevant to the story. But if you haven't heard, there was a kid in, I think, Florida, was it? Trayvon Martin, who was shot, and he was shot by a self-appointed neighborhood watch guy, basically. And there's a movie coming out, of course, called Neighborhood Watch. Oh, and it's just unfortunate timing for them in the sense that their marketing is
wait.
going on. And the poster is a neighborhood... Listen, the poster is a neighborhood watch. It says neighborhood watch, and there's a sign with bullet holes in it. And it's just really unfortunate.
Okay,
you know what I
alright.
mean?
Yeah, that is
so
a little bit...
what they've decided to do is they're pulling their marketing from Florida for now. Because the marketing right now, also the trailer, if you remember, was... They're like patrolling and like they're looking at kids with like kind of like a bad eye.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look good relative to the recent happenings. So they're pulling their marketing from Florida, which is smart because they're basically being preemptive for a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Because somebody out there would be like, hey, wait a minute.
I'm
So
offended.
they're being preemptive about it, but they're not changing the title or anything, thank God, because that would be ridiculous, because they've been working on the movie and marketing it since before this happened. But it is smart of them that they're pulling out of Florida. I think that makes sense,
Yeah. And for video game news this week, more and more information has been trickling out about Max Payne 3. We keep getting cool videos about it, and this week, multiplayer was detailed. You'll be able to form cool gangs, and you can shoot each other, and the gangs will actually translate over to multiplayer in Grand Theft Auto 5, which is pretty cool. But the most interesting thing that they've shown about the Max Payne 3 multiplayer, as you know, Max Payne focuses on Matrix diving and slow
Bullet
motion
time.
shooting.
Yeah.
Multiplayer will have slow motion in it. So now
Yeah,
when
I
you're
was always
playing with other
wondering,
people across the country, how is that going to work?
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Now they have said that you trigger it it's only for people in your line of sight.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you're shooting at a big wave of slowdown.
Pretty much.
It locks them into it.
Yeah.
Then? Okay.
But now I'm just thinking, what if you're on the other side of the match?
You're gonna see people,
and you wander over and you're like, look at those two guys like
that's exactly
floating in slow motion.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That breaks the immersion for me.
You're not immersed in multiplayer anyway.
You got me. Yeah,
So,
you're right.
I mean, like, I think that's still gonna be awesome. I've always wondered like how they would do something like that.
I think it's the
in
smartest
multiplayer.
way to do it, right?
That's the only
That
way
is tough,
to do it.
yeah.
But damn, does Max Payne 3 look good? Like,
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Like, I was really hesitant, like, when the first couple of pictures. It looks like they were just like, Max Payne's popular, we gotta make a third one! But it looks like they're actually, like, putting a lot of work into it. Like, a lot of really hard work. Like, the cinematic thing.
Yeah.
How it's like, you'd be in a gunfight, and it'll switch to a cinematic movie, like,
Seamless.
before you would even know it.
In other news, this probably only excites me, especially if you're really old, but EA and Maxis has announced that they are making a new Sim City. This is not as exciting as it sounds. It's not a city full of Sims. It's just you control a city. You build buildings and roads.
I
and
remember
stuff.
that.
Tempting as hell.
I had SimCity 2000, and that was way before I really even understood how to play. And
That was like a library game. Like you go to the library and it's on the library computer.
Yeah, like that was just one of those games to goof around with. Just make really cool stuff.
And then you start over every time. You don't even know what you're doing. Like,
yeah, I mean,
Tornado.
But I could definitely not see my current self like playing a SimCity game, only because it's like I'm not like a kid anymore.
you don't have the time. Not the time, but it's almost like I have better things to do. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it's the same thing with like any kind of other sim game. Like I just can't imagine myself playing it because like you have to put like a lot of time into a fake life when like my real life's got shit going on. Yeah. I need to take care of stuff. Not saying they're bad.
Right? Exactly.
I played them all the time when I was a kid. It's just like. Where's the time I'm gonna find to build a city with? It's like I have to,
when you say it that way, it sounds even worse.
It's like I gotta maintain traffic and like fire.
Sorry guys, I can't come out for Grandma's funeral.
I got a city.
I got a city to maintain. Tornado.
Last thing, it wouldn't be a complete week without some next generation console rumors. The latest is someone coming out saying they're close to sources, saying that the PS4 is in fact coming. Developers have kits. Games are being made. It has all these crazy new graphics, but most interestingly, Mike, what do you want to say it?
Well, other than that, they announced that the code name, like the Durango for Xbox, the code name for PS4 might be the you knew it. What was it?
Orbis.
The Orbis. Now, somebody actually figured out that Orbis has some kind of relation to the word Vita. So they might Orbis Vita kind of
Okay.
So it's like they might be trying to
tie it in.
Yeah. So but like here's the big thing.
The kicker?
That the Kit Kat that's going to be the biggest news about this is that will potentially change the way that games are shared between friends forever. Is that the PS4. They won't allow a used game to be used in it. Like, when you buy it, you're also buying, like, a code to unlock the game.
You're buying, like, the rights to it almost.
Exactly.
It'll
So,
be
like,
locked to your PSN account, they're saying, yeah.
So it's like, you won't be able to just like, hey, man, I got this game. You want to borrow it? Unless you have, like, a code or something. Like, it sounds like it's just, like, gonna be a really huge inconvenience just for people to get a couple extra scratch, you know?
The thing is, I'm sure someone will figure out how to crack it, but it's going to be a pain.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, just let us play the game.
Consumer.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is going to completely end, like, GameStop trade-ins, right? Like, that's...
It could.
GameStop's not going to let that happen, though. And they work with the GameStop, I'm sure, has, like, relationships with the game company. So I'm sure they'll figure something out.
Regardless, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play all these games.
You're basically bending over for the...
I wouldn't worry just yet.
Okay.
Because this is
this is all...
Sounds like a major backlash thing. I don't think it's going to go over well.
None of this is 100% confirmed yet.
Right.
Hopefully we have some better rumors soon.
And now we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk about all the big trailers that came out this week. Lots of good ones.
Yep.
So please stick around, and we'll talk about those trailers right after this quick commercial break.
And you better stick around. You better stick around!
Whoa.
Shut up! Shut up! I've got nothing to lose! We'll be right back.
Mike, don't do something you're going to regret.
Everything I do is a regret.
Eric, make me go away.
Why?
Just trust me. Make me go away.
Well, you have to say something stupid.
The Total Recall reboot is totally necessary. I can't wait.
Now what? That doesn't do anything. No! Jake, that was incredible.
I know. But seriously, the Total Recall reboot looks awesome.
Doesn't look that cool.
So let's talk about the trailers that were released this week. You can watch all of them by clicking the links down in the info. And first off is the Total Recall remake trailer. And it's actually not the trailer, it's like the teaser for the trailer.
I hate that.
announcement.
I hate how this is a thing now.
That's a new thing, yeah.
Teasers for teasers.
That's awful.
It's really like just it really just shows how short of an attention span our generation
How long
has.
is that preview?
15 seconds or so, right?
15 seconds of what? A 30-second teaser?
Probably.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, it's probably the full trailer. It's probably the full trailer. So, but it still doesn't justify it.
Yeah,
So, Jake, tell us how you feel. I can feel you expressing yourself. Let us have it.
I'm as skeptical and as bitter as everyone else. I get
okay.
it.
Good.
But it looks cool, and I love Colin Farrell, and it just looks so.
I like how
crazy.
he says he loves Colin Farrell, but he doesn't talk about how Kate Beckinsale's in it. That's cool.
Oh
Jake.
yeah,
no, that's cool.
yeah.
No, that's cool.
I like her too.
That's really cool.
I love her.
Yeah. All right.
I love Kate Beckinsale.
For real though, that made it kind of okay to watch. Next trailer is one that I'm significantly more excited to talk about briefly because I don't want to get too into it. Safety Not Guaranteed. Now, what do you guys think of this?
I'm sorry. Which one was that?
That's the time travel one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So.
I really like that they're making a story out of this whole internet joke thing. It looks like they did it, like they made a good story out of this very small joke. But the movie sounds 100% predictable to me. Like after I heard what it was about, and even especially after I saw the trailer, I was like,
Well, don't say what you think, just in case.
I'm not gonna say what I think.
Okay.
But as soon as I finished watching the trailer, I'm like, I know exactly what's gonna happen in this movie, beginning, middle, and end.
Okay.
You know? But it was like. But, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it does look good. It doesn't look bad.
Now, I know what's going to happen beginning, middle, and end because I saw it already. I saw Safety Not Guaranteed at Sundance 2012. It's easily one of my favorite films of the year so far, so I'm really excited. I think the trailer shows a little tiny bit too much, but it's not as bad as like the Sound of My Voice trailer, for example, in that sense, in my opinion. So... I say check it out. It's aside from checking out the movie, check out the trailer, and then definitely check out the movie when it's out. Next up is Rise of the Guardians. Now I know, yeah, you just lit up. Hold on a second. Let me explain briefly what this is. This is basically the Avengers for children.
That's
it's Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, I think, or the Sandman or something like that. Whatever it is, they're all coming together to fight. Literally evil, or whatever it is. It's like darkness or something like that. And so it's basically like Avengers for kids.
Now, what I was going to say, like, right off the bat, like, I wasn't going to say I'm excited about this movie. I was going to say this looks like a great movie for kids.
Yes.
This looks like a fantastic kids movie. I'm not going to see it, but if
because my heart is black.
I mean, but like for a DreamWorks like standard kids movie, I mean, it looks great for kids. There wasn't one pop culture joke, there wasn't one record scratch.
Yeah. My bad.
It just looks like just an enjoyable movie for kids. It's not a cheap movie for kids.
Right. What do you think?
I was really let down just because when I saw the title, I thought it was going to be a sequel to Guardians of the Legend of the Gulhul.
Why would you be excited for that?
Why would you be let down to find out it's not that?
Because I like that movie. That movie was a visual masterpiece, and it was owls.
Okay, I did hear
warrior
that. I didn't
owls,
see it, but
all right?
I did
Warrior
hear that it was a
owls.
great visual movie.
However, I think this looks like crap.
Like I said, it's definitely a kid plot that's gonna have kid jokes in it, and I'm not gonna see it, but it looks good for kids.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah. Can you
coming
I think
from-
you're both. Neither of you want to see it, but you
Yeah.
just think it's going to be good for kids. You think it's going to be good for kids, or not
Coming
even?
from a professional child, I don't.
I love that. That's great.
I don't think. It doesn't look like enough for me. I don't know. I was just like,
Honestly, I'm in between both of you guys. I can see it being good.
Literally.
Yeah. No, I can see it being good, but I could also see it being bad. Like, I can see it either way. And I'll find out because I will go see it to review it primarily. But I will be going in with an open mind for sure. So it's certainly an interesting concept. So that's cool.
I think
You're
this
right.
is-
Wait a minute. He made a noise. Are you okay?
I went,
Oh,
I
okay.
agree. However, it does look better than the next trailer, Hotel Transylvania, which is essentially kind of the same type of thing, just with Halloween horror movie characters.
Right.
Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big celebrity thing too.
Yes,
It's
it's
all the
Adam
frickin'
Sandler,
Adam
Selena Gomez,
Sandler,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
I have the same feelings for this as I do for Guardians. I think this looks like just a good kids movie.
Now,
I mean,
he's gonna freak out when I tell him who's making it.
I
Unless
know know.
Oh, you know who's making
That's
it.
why.
Oh, okay.
Who's making it?
Tell him.
Jendy Tartakovsky, the guy who made Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack.
Count
Really?
Chicken and all that
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
Well, and like
alright.
the reason why I'm so excited he's in it because like if you know who he is, like
He's
like
great.
he's a cartoon god.
Yes.
Like he knows.
Even I know that from you
Yeah.
telling me over the years.
The guy knows how to make a cartoon. And what looks good in Hotel Transylvania, it looks like they took CG and like cartoony, and they finally found an in between because like with all like past CG movies, they've had to like be restricted to CG limits. They really can't go all out like in 2D.
Right.
But it looks like with this, it looks like a very cartoony
version
CG.
of it. Okay, whereas most try to go realistic.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it looks like he's really trying to make the cartoony feeling come back.
So you're saying physics-wise more than anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not like they're
exactly.
confined to like their bodies can stretch and stuff. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Okay.
Which is good for cartoons because cartoons haven't done that in such a long time. Kids' imaginations are so dampened by like
Yes, I
Shrek
can see that.
and stuff like.
Where Shrek can't stretch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's just real world.
He's got like bones and stuff.
And, I mean, it looks like a lackluster kind of plot. You know,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of horror icons, but it definitely just because Gendy or Gendy, I don't know how to pronounce his
Yeah, I
name.
don't know either.
Just because he's a part of it, it's going to be good for kids. Again, I'm not going to be seeing it, but it's not.
What? I would think you would just for that reason.
Well, I
Maybe
might,
you will.
You know what? Maybe I will. I'll have to wait for a longer
Represent
trailer.
your childhood.
Yeah.
I'll take you.
I'll have to wait for a longer trailer for that to actually see it. But
Yeah, this was a very short little
yeah,
thing.
but I have a lot of faith in Mr. Tartakovsky, or whatever how you spell his name.
However.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Next up is a trailer that has the internet buzzing. People are going nuts about this. Maybe not all over the place,
Yeah.
but for us, people are asking us to talk about it. Cosmopolis, I think is what it's called. I think that's how you pronounce it.
yeah.
It's got Robert Pattinson, David Cronenberg, and honestly, I didn't know what to expect, but after watching this little teaser trailer, I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does.
I really don't have an opinion on this because I watched the teaser and I really
Didn't get everything out of
couldn't
it?
grasp what was going on.
Right.
I mean, it might just be like my mindset and everything. Maybe everything was just kind of like moving too fast. I mean, like I just didn't get it.
But now,
Like,
when you heard Robert Pattinson was in it, you probably shut it off immediately, right?
Yeah,
But then
like-
when you watch the trailer, it doesn't look like a
it doesn't
Robert
look like
Pattinson,
a Robert
what you
Pattinson
expect,
movie.
you know?
Exactly. I mean,
Where he's like the heartthrob or something like that. It looks almost like a it almost looks like a
it looks like Robert Pattinson is doing something legitimate.
yeah.
Like,
But who am I thinking of? Am I thinking of David Lynch almost? No, I'm thinking of Terrence Malick. No, not Terrence Malick. Where am I going?
wait, you're thinking of Gasper? Wait, no.
Oh,
it kinda
where
looks
am
like
I? Where am
Gasper.
I? I don't know, but it's in that range. You know, I'm like trying to find who I'm thinking of, but
Obscure directors.
yeah, crazy directors. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. What do you think?
I just, oh man, it was dark, it was sexy, it was like crazy.
That's how he likes his women. Dark, sexy, and crazy.
But I am actually a big fan of Robert Pattinson's work. He hasn't done a lot.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
You
good.
probably haven't seen him in anything.
No.
But he's not. I know you probably just see like Twilight and you're like, no. But he's actually good. He's
Yeah, he
he's
is.
actually good. It's just that he's in movies that are kind of silly most of the time. Next up is the new trailer for The Dictator. Now, this trailer basically throws the whole movie out of whack. Like
Yeah.
it's completely different than what anyone was thinking. And people are looking at this trailer like, what? This isn't the same movie you've been
Yeah.
advertising. And I have to say, kudos to them for the first trailers because I would have thought it was a totally different movie. This trailer, though, while it does show a whole different movie, and I know you agree, I don't know how you feel, but I actually think it looks pretty funny
laughed
from this
this
trailer.
time,
yeah,
yeah.
I laughed. I think they showed too much, and I actually probably would have liked to go into the movie knowing a little bit less.
I agree with that 100%. I mean, it really looked like they were showing the whole plot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bad sign, like, when you're watching the trailer and you think, like, wow, they're showing a lot.
Yeah. Now,
It's
well, how
like-
do you feel about the movie, though?
Definitely better since the first trailer.
Okay.
Definitely. I'm still not racing to the movie theater
Right.
to see it. Now
That is good, though, because they didn't have you at all, and now they kind of have you. So that's the thing is, like, the trailer does get more people interested. Like, I wasn't that interested.
Very interesting the way they did that.
But it just, I feel like it does. They could have shown right up to the point where the beard gets shaved off and then gone to the title, The Dictator, and I would have been like, okay, I'm interested. They showed a
Yeah.
lot. Next trailer is The House at the End of the Street, which just immediately makes me think it's like, what is this, like a spoof of the Last House on the Left or something?
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
sounds like a ridiculous title. The only reason I'll see it is because Jennifer Lawrence is in it, that's it. And I just want to see what she's going to do. Other than that, it just looks like
Yeah, no
Nothing.
interest from
Fell
me.
asleep during the trailer.
All right, well, that obviously is a medical issue that you should get checked out. The teaser trailer for The Host was released, and you guys know what The Host is?
No.
It's another book that was written by Stephanie Meyer, who wrote Twilight.
Oh, that.
Yeah, so I don't think you'll be interested.
Nope.
I don't know anything about The Host other than that's what it is.
Started reading it, fell asleep.
A pretty boring teaser. I guess it's probably good for people that have read the book because did you see the teaser?
No.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's just the eye over and over again, and that's the front of the book. So
Yeah,
anybody that's a
probably-
fan of the book would probably be like, oh, and
it's
it's
a book.
just that. It's just like an announcement teaser, so I'm fine with it. It is
Yeah.
what it is. And speaking of Twilight, the new teaser trailer for the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2 was released, and I have to say, I mean, it's Twilight. What do you expect? There's nothing really exciting about this. It's kind of just, we're used to it by now. It looks like the same thing. And there you go.
Yeah,
oh, I'm
no.
sorry. Are you excited?
No.
Oh, okay, because I know you get really excited about this.
No.
Honestly, I'm gonna be totally up front here. I thought the very last little bit of the teaser trailer where she pops up, it made everybody laugh in my theater at Hunger Games. It's very ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
You know, it just looks silly. And I'm not knocking it because I'm gonna go see it, and I read the books, so I can only knock it so far. But I did think that was a little bit silly looking.
I think all of it looks silly.
Well, okay. A trailer was released for a film called Despite the Gods, which is like a behind the scenes of making of a movie, I guess, sort of. But it's interesting because it's a female director who seems to be the female embodiment of David Lynch.
Oh,
Did you get
jeez.
that?
Yeah.
Or no? I mean, I thought that she seemed like David Lynch. She talked like him, but as a woman.
It was great. It was so
And
funny.
I'm interested. I want to see it. I think it looks kind of cool. It looks very funny for like people that are into film. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, there's a lot of other trailers that came out, and we're not going to talk about them because they didn't really reach out to us as much. But going down the list, we've got People Like Us, The Intouchables, which does look kind of
Looks
good.
great.
The Samaritan, Mother's Day, no interest. It already came out in the UK. I think
Bad
I have no
idea.
interest in it. Sleepless Night, Warriors of the Rainbow, and The Perfect Family. And that's it for this week in terms of news and trailers and stuff like that. Now let's move on to the poll, which, by the way, we're thinking about putting the poll at the beginning of the video and getting through it quickly before we get into the news. Let us know what you think about that. But anyway, last week's poll was, who would you like to see play Herman Munster in the Munsters TV reboot Mockingbird Lane? And I don't think we mentioned anybody. Did we?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so... But this is the person that I think I mentioned to you off camera. Brad Garrett was the number one. And I think that that's completely legitimate. I think that he's too well known to do it.
Yeah.
But I could totally see it happening.
see
I could
that.
see it happening in like a Funny or Die spoof, though. Not in the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just interesting that I was thinking the same thing.
I can see number 2 a lot more than number
Yeah,
1.
number 2 is Ron Perlman. I could definitely see that. He's too big, though.
He's got the
The
mug.
thing, Herman is tall, but he's not like built.
They could make him tall, though. You
No,
know?
but what I'm saying is that Ron Perlman is like built, like he's a big guy.
Yeah. And,
So
know,
that would be a little different.
Ron Perlman isn't exactly busy either, so...
I have a Hellboy 4 on the way.
3.
Oh, did they make 3?
No.
I mean, you got me, Jake.
And they're good, all right?
Okay. And in third place, honestly, my pick, I think that he probably would portray the character best, Nick Cage.
There you go.
So I don't think he's very busy. What am I saying? He's extremely busy, but I bet he could fit it in.
Nick Cage doing a TV show, he's too important for that.
Yeah.
He's above television.
This week's poll is going to be, who would you like to see join the cast of Anchorman 2? Nothing's been announced yet, but who would you like to see in the cast? Let us know by clicking the link down in the info to go to our Facebook page and vote in the poll. And while you're over there, please like us on Facebook. Thank you very much if you do, and thank you if you help us get to 6,000 likes by the end of March. And finally, the giveaway winner this week was Ryan Dorian. Unfortunately, you won a copy of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, so the joke's on you, sucker. No, but for real, if you enjoy it, let me know. If you don't enjoy it, let me know. Maybe you can destroy it and send us a video. That would be awesome. We will absolutely play it. You don't have to destroy it. Don't feel pressured. You can keep it. It's okay. But congratulations. Thanks a lot for entering. And that's it for this week. Let us know down in the comments what you think of all the news and the trailers and stuff. What are you excited for? What are you not excited for? Pretty exciting week for news, I gotta say, and trailers and stuff.
Yeah, week.
Good.
Lots of
And
cool movies.
you became a superhero for a minute there.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like, did anybody
Yeah.
see that? That was kind of cool.
That was a little
Yeah.
unexpected.
A little unexpected.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you were being an ass.
Yeah, that was weird. What happened?
What's the matter with you?
Just a weird thing? Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next week, and that's pretty much it. Thought he was gonna hit me.